So, quick recap of last semester at Basgiath. Violet Sorrengail, chronic bookworm, chronic underdog, got shoved into dragon school by her terrifying war general mom. She was supposed to die. Instead, she bonded two dragons, Flex, unlocked lightning powers like a magical Pikachu, accidentally fell for a hot rebel with a secret agenda, and uncovered the very real existence of soul-sucking magic monsters the kingdom swore were just folklore. Oh, and her childhood best friend Dane, yeah, he literally stole her memories and handed her over to his daddy. She watched her bestie die and got stabbed with a poison blade and basically ended the year, poisoned, betrayed, and deeply out of trust. So yeah, that was just year one. So naturally, Iron Flame kicks off 3 days later with Violet waking up in a sketchy stone fortress in Aricia, like, wait, I'm alive? Cool. She's surrounded by other traumatized teens, her dragon Tarn, and one very awkward Xaden, aka boyfriend, who may or may not have been lying to her for, their entire relationship. Oh, in plot twist, her big brother Brennan, the one who was allegedly super dead, not so much. He's alive, he's leading a rebellion, and he's been hiding from their mom for years. Surprise family reunion. Meanwhile, Violet is doing that thing where she tries to act chill but is clearly unraveling inside. Everyone around her, literally everybody, keeps saying stuff like, "We can't tell you everything yet, it's for your own protection," which is code for, "We don't trust you not to accidentally spill state secrets at lunch." Understandably, Violet's like, cool, I love being the only person in the room who doesn't know what's going on. I'm totally fine, totally not spiraling. Also, her baby dragon, Andarna, she's going into something called the Dreamless Sleep, which is like a magical puberty coma where she levels up but also leaves Violet unprotected. Excellent timing, dragon child. So now Violet's got no answers, no backup, and no clue what's coming. But she does have trauma, sarcasm, and a very unstable relationship with a rebel who looks hot while brooding, which is something. And with that, it's back to Basgiath War College, where the syllabus is mostly betrayal, body counts, and poorly handled romantic tension. Except this year, a new nightmare steps onto campus, and he brought lightning. So Basgiath War College, where the motto might as well be "Welcome back, hope you don't die." Violet returns for year 2 with a lot more trauma and a lot less chill. Xaden's off doing rebel things, her brother still won't tell her anything useful, and Andarna, the baby dragon she bonded with, is deep in magical slumber mode. No cuddles, no flight power, no backup. So, perfect. Things on campus have changed too. Colonel Atos is gone, yay. But don't get comfy, we welcome Major Varish, aka if the concept of petty cruelty was a person. This guy rolls in like, "Hey, I heard you were traumatized, let's make that worse." Varish immediately makes Violet his personal project, and not in the good, "I believe in your potential" kind of way. More like, "I'm going to electroshock you into submission because I have nothing better to do with my life." Charming. Also, remember how the dragons forced Xaden and Violet to stay close last year because their dragons are magically mated? Yeah, well, now they're stationed apart and only allowed to visit each other twice a month. Violet's like, this long-distance relationship is gonna kill me, and the dragons are like, actually, it might. Back in class, Violet starts to feel off. Not just the regular "I might die today" energy of Basgiath, but something darker. Her friends are pulling away, people are whispering, and most importantly, the survivors from Athebyne, the ones who know the truth about the venom, they're dropping like flies. And Violet, she's pretty sure she's next on the hit list, because in Basgiath, knowledge isn't just power, it's a death sentence. And someone's cleaning house, fast. So you'd think after surviving a year of dragon school, murder games, and relationship drama with a side of death magic, Violet would catch a break? Nope. Instead, she walks straight into Varish's personal torture program, custom made just for her, and boy does he commit. Day after day, he pushes her closer to breaking. And you'd think anyone, would step in, right? Well, saved by Taryn, he finally loses patience and storms in like the world's angriest dragon dad and rolls up like, touch my rider one more time and I will bite your legs off. Varish, he folds faster than a cheap lawn chair, gets down on his knees, apologizes. The moment is deeply satisfying and also terrifying because now he really hates Violet even more. Meanwhile, Violet's trying to play it cool, but even she can feel the air thickening. Something's off at Basgiath, like creepily quiet. Too quiet. Oh, and just when things couldn't get weirder, Jack Barlow walks into class. You know, the guy Violet literally killed with lightning last year? Yeah, he's not dead anymore. He's just casually back. Like, this is a normal Tuesday. So yeah, lightning torture? Check. Dead guy back in class like it's no biggie? Double check. Violet's trust issues have officially gone from mild to full-blown conspiracy board with red string. And when your vibe goes from student to suspicious survivor, there is only one place to go: the archives. That's right. Violet becomes a full-time academic criminal, sneaking into Navarre's most restricted library like she's starring in Dragons and Dossiers, the Heist Chronicles. Her mission? Find out how the ancient warding magic actually works before the Venom get past the gates and start eating people like snacks. Meanwhile, her personal life? Collapsing. Let's talk Kat, as in Xaden's ex-fiance who shows up in full model off-duty rebel armor like, oh, hey, Violet, I used to love your man. Isn't that funny? No, it's not. Kat's tall, gorgeous, and frighteningly competent. Violet tries to act unbothered, but her inner monologue is straight up playing Jealousy Jeopardy, where the only category is things Xaden forgot to mention before I fell in love with him. At school, Varish is still patrolling like a dollar store inquisitor, randomly searching her stuff and clearly hoping she'll slip up. Spoiler, she doesn't. But only because her friends are now smuggling her contraband books like it's a black market scroll ring. Oh, and Dane? Still lurking around campus like the ghost of friendship past. And while Violet is connecting dots and uncovering secrets about the original Ward casters, something darker is creeping in. Someone's watching her. Someone who doesn't want those secrets uncovered. Someone who just made their first move. Okay, look, most schools have field trips to museums or like a mildly haunted forest. Basgiath send you on survival missions with people who probably hate you and dragons who definitely do. Violet's latest assignment is a joint operation with infantry, scribes, and healers, aka Team Dysfunction. It's supposed to teach cooperation and navigation under pressure. What it actually teaches that the school would rather let students die than admit they're hiding secrets. Case in point, the instructors drug them with a signet-blocking elixir, cutting them off from their dragons and powers, and drop them in the woods like, good luck, hope you don't get incinerated. They immediately get incinerated. Violet's group is attacked by a dragon named Bade, previously bonded to Jack Barlow, who, again, was supposed to be dead. Casual reminder. People die. Morale? Through the floor. Trust? Non-existent. And Violet still not allowed to use her powers, because fairness. Back on campus, her rebellion work escalates. She joins Xaden for a covert trip to smuggle alloy daggers, the only thing that kills Vanin, to Griffin riders outside the kingdom. It's dangerous. It's thrilling. It's also awkward because, surprise, one of the flyers is Kat. Yep, still around, still ex-fiancéing. Xaden gives Violet her very own alloy dagger, which is sweet and only slightly overshadowed by the fact that if she gets caught with it, she'll be executed before lunch, which almost happens. Varish nearly catches her during a surprise inspection. Violet panics, but one of her closest friends, absolute queen that she is, teleports the dagger to safety, forcing Violet to finally spill the truth about everything. And by everything, we mean Venin, secret rebel missions, the whole people are dying and the government's lying situation. So naturally, the gang's next move, break into the heavily guarded vaults of the archives to steal forbidden journals, obviously. So remember how Dane was the guy who stole Violet's memories and handed her over to his daddy last year? Well, Turns out he finally realized that was a jerk move. Character development, maybe, but first, the heist. Violet and her squad pull off a literal break-in at the restricted vaults beneath the archives, like full Black Ops Fantasy Edition. They steal 2 ancient journals written by the legendary First Six, these magical ward casters who may or may not hold the key to saving the entire continent. Xaden nabs one journal and bolts. Violet keeps the other and gets caught, because of course she does. Enter Varish. Again, this man is like a fungal infection. He just keeps coming back, and now he's gone full torture dungeon. Violet is imprisoned, interrogated, and tortured for days. Her body's breaking, but her brain still hanging on, mostly thanks to weird, comforting visions of her dead bestie. High trauma. When Varish finally brings in Dane to mind snoop her again, Violet plays her last card. She lets Dane see everything. The Venin, the deaths, the betrayal, his own role in it all. Dane's face goes full, oh no, I'm the bad guy, realizes Varish is a monster, and finally grows a spine. He kills Varish on the spot. Violet's like, gee, thanks. Only took a full season and a war crime. Xaden busts in just in time to not be useful, but hey, it's the thought that counts. Together, they rally the students, tell the truth, and offer anyone a choice. Stay loyal to a lying kingdom or leave with them to Aricia. Over 200 riders and dragons go full walkout. A rebellion is officially in session. So after barely surviving torture, a betrayal redemption arc, and a magical group dropout from the kingdom, you'd think Violet might get a break. Guess what? She did not get a break. Instead, it's straight into another delightful round of survive or die, aka the rune training exercise in the Esben Mountains. Think magical scavenger hunt meets dragons might kill you, and you've got the vibe. This time, it's all about learning to work with the Griffin Flyers they've allied with. Which is fine, except there's a teeny problem. The riders and the Flyers hate each other's guts. It's weeks of exercises, team building trust falls with actual falling, and rune weaving lessons that feel suspiciously like ancient magical arts that maybe someone should have taught them earlier. Oh, and Varish's dragon? Yeah. He shows up mid-exercise and goes full unhinged school mascot. It attacks. One rider dies. Chaos explodes. And then Andarna, yes, our baby dragon queen, fresh from her magical glow-up nap, comes in and just murders Solace. That's right, tiny gold dragon, not so tiny anymore. She breathes fire for the first time, and it is glorious. Meanwhile, Violet's squad is leveling up and bonding hard, weaponizing shared trauma like it's a group project from hell. And Violet, she's finally starting to reassert control over her power. Kinda. Lightning still leaks out when she's mad, but what's a little collateral damage between friends? But just as everyone starts to vibe, Violet translates something in the ancient journals. Something big, a secret about the wards, and a missing piece that changes everything. So, Violet finally cracks the code. The ancient journals, not bedtime stories. They're magical IKEA instructions for rebuilding the continent's defense system. Turns out the old Warstone in Aricia does still work. It just needs to be powered by 7 dragons, each from a different bloodline. Because of course it does. Why make saving the world simple? Only problem? No one's spoken to all 7 lines in like forever. So, challenge accepted. Violet, Xaden, and the squad tour the realm begging dragons to save the world. Some fire, some yelling, maybe a bite. But it works. 7 dragons, 1 dying ward stone, no clue how to use it. Violet steps up, power shorts out, total magical fail. The ward stone starts to collapse. Then, General Sorengale, her terrifying mother, storms in, bloodied and furious, and goes, "Move, I've got this." Then she does it herself, pours in her power, her life, her lightning. Boom, magic explodes, venom scream, wyvern drop, it works. And Violet watches her mom die. No speech, no goodbye, just gone. Now she's magicless, momless, and surrounded by 7 ancient dragons. Like, so, should we come back later? The good news, the ward ritual worked. The bad news, literally everything else. Violet barely has time to process her mom's sacrifice before Xaden stumbles in, bloody, broody, and with glowing red eyes. Yep, Venin red, not I'm tired red, not I cried watching dragon documentaries red. We're talking full-on Venin red. Turns out, while she was almost dying, again, Xaden used forbidden death magic to save her. Now he's sorta, maybe part Venin, the exact thing he swore to fight passionately while shirtless. Everyone else is celebrating. Violet? Having a full-blown magical identity crisis. Even Terran's gone silent. And when he's quiet, yeah, that's not great. Violet doesn't know what happens next. She doesn't know if Xaden is dangerous, if he's still him, if she can love him, or if she'll have to stop him.